to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. Two teens have been arrested for taking the life of 70-year-old Candace Sharzan, a Mount Zion High School senior who had her life taken Tuesday night in the area of Bowdoin Junction Road in Mount Zion, Georgia. The arrests have brought some sense of relief, but also more unanswered questions for the grandparents who raised her and close family friend Tiffany Cantrell. Quote, I don't think that the family will ever realize what an impression this beautiful young lady made on our community and how bad we're all hurting. In a news conference Friday afternoon, the Carroll County Sheriff's Office stated that Candace had her life taken while target practicing with friends in a backyard at a home. Quote, they stated that Candace handed a weapon that had jammed to her friend in order to clear it. As the other teen, who was also 17 years old, was receiving the weapon went off and hit Candace in the head, ultimately taking her life. Authorities describe it as a horrible incident. Cantrell stated that Candace's grandparents did not know that that's what the teens and her friend were going to do on Tuesday. They also believe that there is more to the story. Quote, Candace was trained in martial arts, and Candace was also very trained in gun safety. Her grandfather, being a very protective grandfather, has taught Candace how to take care of herself in any means, by any means necessary. So that's why some of the story about the jamming of the weapon is really not making any sense. The accused, who turned himself in, is among the two people officials arrested Friday. He was charged with involuntary manslaughter, reckless conduct, and possession of a firearm under the age of 18. Quote, when investigators arrived on the scene, he was physically and visibly distraught and upset. He did try to render aid to her unsuccessfully, so his life is changed forever because he took another life, and he'll never be able to take that back. Authorities also stated that there was a group of four friends, including Candace, in the backyard. Cantrell stated that she knows three of the ones involved, but is wondering who the fourth person was. She stated that one of the teenagers in the group posted a photo of the incident on Snapchat Tuesday night, which is how many people first found out. Quote, when the news first leaked that Candace had passed, I had received a phone call around 8:15 Tuesday night. A friend of mine who happened to be a bus driver for the school system called stating, please tell me that what we're seeing on Snapchat is not true. A young man that was at the scene had taken a photo of the crime scene tape and the ambulance in the yard and posted it on a Snapchat story. Now, this story is very suspicious for a multitude of reasons, right? Now, normally within, this culture, dealing with Caucasian individuals is quite normal, to go out to the range or in a backyard or in the woods and, practice, your aim, right? But you have a teenage girl who is pretty proficient because her grandfather, who is pretty much more than likely been around a lot of firearms, he trained her. And they stated that she was also proficient in self-defense. I think they stated that she was a black belt. So she was pretty well rounded when it came to self-defense, right? But magically, when it came down to the fact of a weapon jamming, she needed assistance from somebody else there. So then when the weapon was handed over to get unjammed, magically it unjammed and it was, you know, pointing directly in her direction. which inevitably ended her life. And then they stated that the young man who was there that had the weapon tried to render first aid, and of course, it was beyond too late. And the family stated that they don't know who the person is. But I'm pretty sure Candace knew who that person is. I'm pretty sure that there might have been maybe some type of words, maybe people were interested. It, like I said, and I'm with the grandparents on this. There's more to the story because that just doesn't make any type of sense. It literally makes zero sense how any of this even took place. Then is pretty suspicious on the fact that the grandparents didn't even know where it was, in the sense that, I mean, not where it is that she was going, but they didn't even know what specifically she was going to do, which more than likely means that plans were given that stated like, all right, I'm going out and more than likely this is, what I'm going to do, or, something. And then, randomly they just decided, okay, well, instead of doing that, we're going to do this. And then one of the friends basically stated that they don't even know who the fourth person was in the group. Like I said, there's a lot of pieces here, and something just ain't fitting. It's something that's missing. Like I said, a lot of stuff is not making sense and it's not sounding right. And, you know, you heard, some of the people, well, when I listened to the video, you heard somebody basically state that, they hope that the person involved, finds peace and, all this other type of stuff. Um, my main thing is I'm gonna be with the grandparents on this. There's more to the story. And there should be no peace for that individual at all. Because like I said before, there's more to that story. I get it, in a sense, things happen, randomly. But that wasn't random. That wasn't random. Like the like I said, the whole thing just doesn't make sense. And this is the main thing that, I try to tell, uh, women, is that you have people out here that will mean you harm. And this story is in a sense proof of that. I'm not going to believe that this was just some magical accident and it just happened that way. If anything, like let's say, and like I said before, I'm no type of firearms expert, but I'm just going to say that more than likely, if something were to have had jammed, I would not be doing it near a person, and I would not be, directly, pointing it anywhere in their direction or towards another human being. Now, maybe I might be incorrect with, something, but I'm at least pretty sure I'm within some type of safety parameters by stating that. Somebody else can correct me if I'm just 1,000% incorrect. I'm just saying I would rather aim directly at the ground towards some dirt, not solid ground, towards some dirt that's going to, have whatever might come directly from the weapon stuck directly in the dirt. Therefore, you don't have to, worry about anything reflecting and, magically shattering and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, I would rather do that than magically try to do this and magically it's in the direction of another human being. Like I said, I feel like there is, and I talk about feelings a lot, and I say that facts don't care about feelings. So that's a little bit of the irony of me, saying that. But um, the way that I see it is that there is a motive here. It just hasn't been found. And the fact of the matter that you're dealing with teenagers, there's usually some type of invested interest. There's usually some type of emotions or different things involved. And what normally happens in situations like this, you'll end up finding out that somebody was talking to somebody else, somebody was interested and they got, shut down, or, you know, uh, uh, something basically involving that aspect. It's not just going to, in a sense, be something random where, okay, well, it's this girl that I don't know. I'm going to invite her here and this is what I plan to do. There was something there. There is something missing that somebody is not telling, that somebody is not saying. And again, who is that fourth person? And how is it possible that you can hang out with people and nobody knows who everybody is? That's insane to me. That's insane to me. Like, in a sense, like I said, I'm not blaming, the friend that was, in a sense, explaining anything. But what I'm basically stating is that, if you hang out with anybody and they seem new to the group, you've never seen it before, for any of the kids out there that might be listening, what make sure just to, have somebody's name, know somebody's social media, so that if anything happens, it's like, yo, you can point a direction here. It's like, yo, this is their IG, this is their Snapchat, this is their TikTok, this is their YouTube, this is, their Twitter, this is whatever else they got out here, their Facebook or whatever. Right? It shouldn't be to the effect that both the people there, the parents, and the police don't know who the fourth person is. And one of the other individuals that ended up being arrested, I think, was a family member that ended up going on social media and threatening the individual who took Candace's life. That was another person. I think he got charged. As a matter of fact, and like I said, I understand. I completely, understand why he stated the things that he stated, why he went off the way that he did. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who have family, who have daughters out here, I'm pretty sure they might have done the exact same thing. Like I said, it's, when an emotionally charged situation like this happens, human beings are going to be human beings. People are going to react first because, of what the situation is, and how it is that it has affected them in a multitude of ways. Um, like I said, I main thing is I hope, in order for the family to get actual peace, um, that they keep looking and digging for answers, because I promise you there's more to this story. I don't care about the fact of him trying to render aid or crying or whatever it is. Like I said, you wouldn't be crying if you didn't do what it is that you did. That's, I'm just saying.